afternoon, everybody. Today we are going to be talking about a topic that is very touchy in today's media, but very rampant in today's society. It is something that people go through every day and have thoughts of every day and never speak up about it. And that topic is suicide. The reason why I decided to talk about suicide in this speech is because my family and I have been dealing with it for 14 years, ever since my brother decided to take his own life in 2006. And I felt like it was a topic that does not get talked about enough. So I'm going to be giving y'all some stats and how social media comes into play and how it affects families in the aftermath of it. In 2019, suicide was the 10th leading cause of death in the U.S., surpassing murder homicide by a long shot for all age groups. And it's crazy to me to think that there is one death caused by suicide every 12 minutes in the U.S. But in the world, there is one death caused every 40 seconds from suicide. And this is the one that really got me whenever I was looking everything up for this. It is the second leading cause of death for 15 to 24-year-olds. And for me to think that most of the people watching this, most of the people that I go to school with fall into that age group and more than likely have thoughts about taking their lives every single day and nobody ever knows it, really got me. And it's something that I feel like men are more likely to do without thinking about it. Because it is reported that women think more about taking their lives but don't actually do it. But men, white men, are actually the ones that have done it the most. White men accounted for 69.67% of all suicides in the U.S. in 2017. And being men, they want to go out in a way that doesn't hurt very fast. So in 2017, firearms accounted for 51% of all deaths by suicide. And in 2018, 48,000 Americans died from suicide. Which, with that, suicide, if it is an overdose, even though it's intentional, doesn't get labeled on the death certificate. So there is more than likely more than 48,000 suicides in 2017 and 2018. Well, social media is to blame, or people say it's to blame, because of how rapid the stats went up after 2011, because the stats from 2000 to 2010 were very steady. And then whenever the new smartphones were released in 2011 and the new launch of social media apps such as Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat that let you post every single step of your life, really made it very easy for people to get cyberbullied. And this is happening today in today's society with younger kids who are allowed to get phones at a younger age. See, my parents made me get a phone at 15. Whenever I got my learner's license, they let me get a phone because they thought I was too young before then. But now I see kids today who are 9 and 10 years old with phones, and it makes them easy targets for cyberbullying. And kids that age don't know how to deal with cyberbullying, don't know how to tell people, so they decide that they're not good enough to be here anymore and they want to take their own lives. And that has happened a lot in the elementary schools across Georgia, across the country. Even in my town, it's happened about 4 or 5 times in the past 3 years. And some ways that it affects family and friends in the aftermath, it makes it hard for them to get back up on their feet and to continue on with their everyday life without wanting to do it to themselves. My mama had to learn how to be a mama again after everything happened. She had to figure out that she had another child that she had to raise, because I was only 6 at the time. So she had to figure out she had another child she had to raise, and she had to figure out how to go on with her daily life. And she was so scared, because whenever siblings do that in a family, their siblings become a statistic to do it at the age they've done it. So my mom had been so scared every day of my life up until the day I turned 19 that I was going to be a statistic, and that I was going to end up ultimately taking my life at the age of 19 too. But I had to let her know that I could not be bubble wrapped and be put in a state of constant fear that I was going to take my life. If all of this had not happened in my family, I honestly don't know who I would be right now. And I'm very thankful that God put me in the family that I am in. And I'm not thankful that He took my brother out of this life, but He has really showed us how to take grief and turn it into a way to help others. So that is my speech for today. I hope everybody take something from it, and if y'all ever need help with anything, if y'all ever have thoughts like this, just let me know. Thank y'all. Have a great day.